I'd like to talk to you today about the bubblegum revolution. Why did I call it that? Well, it came from an idea of how to protest with the purchase of some small item and the taking of much time. At retail stores that are huge and that do not treat their workers fairly and are not unionized. And the way to do that is to hurt them in the business sense. They can be aware that they're being targeted without being able to single out any particular individual. If you spend a long time and all you buy is bubble gum, you were a shopper. If you do it during a very busy time for that big retail outlet, you're hurting them. And they'll understand as their profits are dropping what that might be about. You can add to that a few protesters outside. But it'd be very, very hard for people for them to arrest shoppers. That's why I called it a viral protest. Because like a virus, you're protesting, but you're not seen or recognized. You're going undercover. And this is a great way to support Occupy, the Occupy movement, and Occupy, in my area, Occupy Dallas, is by doing things that are viral. So I call all of these viral approaches the bubblegum revolution. Maybe because I have a sense of humor. But let's say that you visited a town where the Occupy movement was taking place. But you're there as a tourist. And you show up during a time when traffic is heavy. You know, you come in there before it gets heavy and you stay. And you drive around. You pass by the protesters and you give them free water if you're brave enough, or maybe just say hi or honk your horn. Yeah. Then what are they going to do? Come up with a law to arrest people for honking at the wrong time? Waving at people? They're defenseless. And you made your point. And no one can say exactly what's up. And how do you can actually do that and bring in allies. Because the small businesses are not our enemy. They're small businesses and worker businesses, they're the same. Workers and small businesses get abused by big corporations who come into town, take up every corner that'll be a corner in 5 years, and then get a tax break. Sounds nice, huh? What small business do you know that moves into town or starts up in a town and they get a tax break? Doesn't happen. Who are the people who hire most of us? Small business. Well, I'm not for unions for small businesses because there's more of an equal bargaining going on there, especially if you have a lot of small businesses around. But when you're talking about a big multinational corporation and there's no union, that's not fair. They're not giving anything back to this community where they have caused small businesses and these worker businesses to pay for their taxes. The roads still need to go on. The schools still need to go on. Don't they? You bet they do. And if they don't, it's because certain people may not wish to pay their fair share. And while they're doing it, they get rid of small businesses and unions. Guess where the middle class comes from and where the hope of opportunity in this country comes from? In families. Unions, where they finally make enough money that they can send their kids to college, or small businesses who took a big risk and are just finally making, hopefully, a little bit of money. Some of them aren't even making much money. You know, some workers are making more money than they are. Small businesses and worker businesses need to join together. That is part of the 99 plan, I believe. It is certainly a plan that I include in my revolution, which I call the bubblegum revolution. We can take this worldwide. It's a kind of viral protest where we can support the protesters without endangering ourselves in terms of being arrested or whatever. And when they start making laws that go against shoppers and tourists, they're cutting their nose off to spite their face. We can bring down this political system. We can bring it down in a thunderous crash if we do this. We can change government very quickly. And they'll have to. They'll have to hear us. Period. And so, but we need the millionaires and the small businesses in order to cope with the billionaires and the large corporations. We need that. We need to include them in our 99%. In fact, they are. Millionaires aren't too big to fail. Just because they have more than I do doesn't mean I'm going to get all upset with them. That's fine. Treat your workers right. Give them a union. Give them classes on business if you're so afraid they'll kill the cow that gives the milk, which I don't think workers will do. I think that's just a chant that greedy people do to put workers down. I don't think we're that dumb. I know we're not that dumb. So, anyway, this is the bubblegum revolution. I hope that you join. And please post. Whatever you put in, I'll make sure that it's heard. Thank you, and have a bright and wonderful new day.